I'm on the town council of Otter Creek, and I can come to this meeting. This is a public place.
Russ The Suss, the world's most corrupt ex-mayor of Otter Creek, tried to bust into a state investigation today. In a confidential, very highly confidential state investigation, Russ The Suss, ex-mayor of Otter Creek, who still thinks he's somehow in power and control, shows up in his finest denim at town hall, banging, literally banging on the door nonstop, even though there's a sign that says closed for the day. And why are they closed? Because there's a full investigation going on. And who's inside? Myself and the state investigator. It just so happens that the clerk is in there as well. Now I know what you're thinking, if it's confidential, why is the clerk in there? Well, the clerk is still scheduled to work, and the clerk is inside a closed office, cannot hear what's going on. But Russ The Suss declares that this is a public building, and he is a member of the council, and he has a right to hear everything.
He said he's been advised that he can come in and record in the public.
Is he an employee?
No, he's former mayor.
Jeremy, if you could introduce yourself and so this can stay confidential, if you'll just let one of the council members know.
I'm on the town council of Otter Creek, and I can come to this meeting. This is a public place.
Yes, sir.
Sir, who are you?
No more.
Well, if you will turn off your camera, I'll speak to you outside.
Yes, sir.
To be very clear, Russ The Suss has no authority whatsoever in the town hall building when it's closed, right? He's not the mayor, even though he still thinks he is. And he has no authority or any assumption of any of these documents or allegations or videos, or the list can go on and on. He actually is going to be asking the investigator for all this information. So you're going to see another clip and another video where he's outside, I'm inside. The state investigator tells him, turn off your phone, which, by the way, George, did you know there's another famous YouTuber in Otter Creek?
I do now.
His name is Russ The Suss. Make sure you join and subscribe. We now have Russ The Suss. He's a social media icon. He's famous around the world. Why would he not be on YouTube? And the investigator tells him, turn off your phone, let's talk. Now, it's going to be a little difficult to hear because I'm filming through glass. But Russell is asking, I want to see all the information. And he's being told, it's confidential. What's this investigation about? And he's being told, it's confidential. I have a right. I'm a legal council member. It's confidential. And for 2 minutes, the same answer. It's confidential, 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 confidential. That means I can't share with you things either. I can share with you that I might have shared the famous French toast casserole recipe with the state investigator. Even he wants to know what it's all about.
Yes, please.
Oh, he's scared. He's really scared. And not only that, in this conversation, he proves that he's the town creep going round and round the town because he's talking about the investigator's car that's no longer there. This is the same Russ the Suss going around children and females. I wouldn't trust him around either. Unfortunately, I can't share the details of the investigation till 5 days after the investigation is closed. I even asked for specific information, and I did ask for it all to be recorded, which it was. So from the state's point of view, everything was recorded, and videos were shown, and documents were shown, and screenshots were shown, and it goes on and on and on. The evidence was overwhelming. And for the first time, I feel like something is actually going to happen in a positive direction to these filthy people. And when I say that, I mean Russ the Suss, Mary, Jail is Scary, Don the Cons, and as we've even seen previously, his wife, Rosemary, and others who have been involved in this corruption and doing illegal, inappropriate things. You may be wondering, why would Russ the Suss show up during a personal investigation? Because he's scared, and he should be. This man has done so many corrupt things, and the people are tired of it. You want to see more corruption? Look at this right here. We're still in 2009, George, okay? And this says, "Hello, Debbie. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Just got my statement, realized that the address is an old one. I switched post office boxes a while back. Can you please change P.O. Box number 1, Otter Creek, Florida? I would certainly appreciate it. Thanks. Rose." Again, this is Rosemary Severino. This is Don's wife, who at this time was the acting clerk of Otter Creek. Now look at the response here. Look at the response. "Hey, Rose, is this for your personal account with Donald?" Are we talking the duck? Donald Duck? No, we're talking Don the Con. Donald the Conald. That's who we're talking about. "Hey, Rose, is this for your personal account with Donald? I see the Lady Pirate account has already been updated. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season too, Debbie." Now, hold a second. Right here, George. Who was this sent from? From Otter Creek Town Hall. Who in the world does their personal business on a town hall email? Which, number one, is completely and totally inappropriate and grounds for firing, okay? Number two is stealing from the people, as we've covered in the past. And then what does she do? Rosemary actually responds and says, "Yes, it is our personal account." I can't believe this. This is public record. Everything you send into or everything you write in a public record email, text, phone call, video, recording in town hall is for the world to see. And there's just tons and tons of information about every single past, previous, and present resident of Otter Creek in these emails. Things that these individuals probably would want Mary gossiping about, and yet they did. Things that Rose should have never said, and yet she did. Things that Russell, Laura Mott, we could go on with Stewart. I mean, my list can go on and on. We're all the way. We've already gone back to 2007. By the way, who is so foolish? Who is so ignorant not to delete emails? You're not going to believe this, George. All right, Debbie, can you give me a call, please? I want to find out about transferring funds from one account to another account on my personal accounts. Thanks, Rose. Now, George, what's the email again? That would be
town clerk's email.
Town clerk, which has no business doing personal by any stretch of the imagination. We're talking about now we're transferring money. How do we know that Rosemary wasn't transferring funds from town hall into her personal accounts? You know what? I think she'd probably be foolish enough to have it in here. Let's keep looking. I'm a little shy to share this. I'm a little embarrassed.
You're embarrassed for who?
It has the word naked in it.
What?
Yeah, I'm not joking. Look, right here. The naked. It says to, thanks, it's from Rosemary. Thanks, George. You were right. I ordered this from Netflix yesterday afternoon. I'm very anxious to see it again. Do you think Rosemary was watching naked videos in Town Hall?
During town hall hours?
I saw the first half of it in 1960 at the Florida Theater in downtown Fort Lauderdale. I have all your commodities here at Town Hall. I've got lots of other stuff here too. Please come by and pick out what you want this morning before the others get here. Wait, hold a second. Is this favoritism? Is this? I mean, George and I have experienced a tremendous amount of bigotry, and I would even go to the point of racism. And some of you are going, well, hold a second. What do you mean by racism? Well, George and I are an interracial couple. And while you don't think of us as an interracial couple, and George and I don't think of us as an interracial couple, there are people in Otter Creek that see us as an interracial couple. And we have no doubt we have experienced racism because of that. And if you go, well, no, not because of racism. Well, by all means, bigotry. The YouTuber, the Northerners, the outsiders. It can go on and on and on. That's bigotry. And favoritism towards others. Now, let's get back to what started all of this. It was all about water, right? We wanted to hook up a line, and we have an email. The biggest, hugest piece of evidence, which, by the way, this was shared during the investigation, this email where Mary is writing Attorney Worm and saying that everybody in the town pays one flat fee except for one person who pays double. And who's that person that pays double? It's George and I. That is bigotry. That is targeting. That is favoritism from everybody who is not an outsider to the one person that is an outsider. If anybody else in this town would have done what George and I did, you know what would have happened? Nothing. Mary and Russell would have just went on as usual, treated it the same as everybody because everybody paid a flat fee. But George and I were targeted. Specifically targeted, whether they thought it was because they're the YouTubers, whether they thought it's because, well, they got money, they don't care, we run a deficit and we need money, whether they thought, well, they're out of towners and we're going to push them out by charging them more. Whatever their thought process was, it was illegal. Other illegal things have happened in Otter Creek as well. We've shown the email before where Russell and Mary actually locked the town hall door to keep Don the Con out. It was illegal. It was a meeting, and it should have been broadcasted. It should have been presented, promoted. It should have been displayed as a meeting in a timely manner under Sunshine Law, and they did not. Funny how all of a sudden, then Russ the Suss is banging on a door. Let me in! Let me in! When Russ the Suss is the one that actually was wanting Don the Con locked out. Now, you're thinking, but Russ the Suss and Don the Con are like this. Go through our playlist, Otter Creek. Russ the Suss and Don the Con were like this. I'm the reason that Russ the Suss and Don the Con are like this. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And how did they make this enemy? They made an enemy by stealing, manipulating, lying, covering up. Water, what we all need for life. None of this ever had to come to this point. Again, we've stressed this over and over again. 3 years, do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing. Let me tell you, the amount of patience. And I realize some of you out there would go, Jeremy, you have shown more patience than I ever would. And probably I showed more patience than I ever should, in all reality. We should not be to this point now. We should have been to this point at the very beginning because it was wrong at the very beginning. But all of this, they did it to themselves. And not only did they do it to themselves, they did it to the town of Otter Creek because there's information in these emails that should have never been said about the residents of Otter Creek. And again, that's why George and I want to take all of this bad and we want to turn it into good and we want to share it with you. And you should be upset. You should be looking at this stuff saying, how dare Mary say this about a resident of Otter Creek? How dare Rosemary do this to a resident of Otter Creek? It's not okay. But what will be okay? We're going to have a tremendous celebration yet again. I know it's a year away. Christmas in the Creek 2024. 2024, we want more. We want more Christmas in the Creek. That's going to be our new slogan. 2024, we want more.
We want more.
Christmas in the Creek. We want to use all these horrific things these individuals did to these precious people in the town of Otter Creek and do one of the most honorable things. We want to represent them. We want to honor them. We want to celebrate with these precious people. And we can do that because of you. Cannot make this stuff up. Mary is all about French toast casserole. George, Rosemary is all about Lebanon bologna right there.
Lebanon
Yes,
bologna.
yes. I had a pleasant surprise waiting for me on the porch this morning and a message on my phone from Fred. Whoa! Does Donald the Conald know about Freddie boy? And it says, thank you so much. The Lebanon bologna looks wonderful. Thank you, thank you.
Do you think she printed off the recipe of Lebanon bologna?
We're going to start looking. Could you imagine if we had to go to town hall and get their permission to run Christmas in the Creek? But back here in 2010, now there's other emails in regards to this from Tony. And it says, I have a request procedure to secure permission from the town of Otter Creek to hold a one-day event on a former site of the Florida Railroad. The Otter Creek Baptist Church has already granted permission for the use of the property. Okay, so Otter Creek Baptist Church owns the property, right? And this person, Tony, from the Historical Society, is actually messaging Rosemary to get permission. And Rosemary is telling Tony, I've got you on the council meeting Monday night. Wait, hold a second. Council meetings used to be on Mondays? Oh my goodness, we just had a council meeting and you cannot change council meeting days
It's been
or
done
time.
for so long.
Oh my
the
goodness,
same
I
way
cannot
it is.
believe this. I cannot believe this. This used to be on Mondays and now it's on Tuesdays. I don't know how in the world it got to that point, but Monday meeting is at 7 p.m. I put you on the agenda. Could you imagine for the things that we do, garage sales, the community yard sale, the Christmas in the Creek, if we had to go back and get permission from Russ The Suss? We already know what he would say. Russ The Suss has no authority whatsoever, even though he thinks he does. Okay, it's perceived power. Even though he thinks he does, he has no authority over what we do for the community on our own property. We own the schoolhouse property, we own the ranch property, we own the old church house property. And I have no doubt in this upcoming year, we're going to purchase more property and with an ability to do more for the precious people of Otter Creek. And not only for the precious people of Otter Creek, because of all of you, we've been able to help the people in Cedar Key as well. As a matter of fact, we need some feel good to this video because starting with Russ banging on the door, you know what? George and Deanna just went to Cedar Key and they gave all the donations that you guys sent in, socks and coats and all those types of things. And they were banging on the door to give all the donations that you gave. Watch this.
I think we met you
On the
before.
porch,
Yes.
but it was a very busy day and I didn't get to say hi.
Hi,
Okay.
nice
All
to
of
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Have you
Well,
been
we
to
have-
the pantry?
No, this is
Come
our
here,
first
come
time here.
Bring your little thing.
Okay.
You're gonna love this.
So you're Nicole?
I'm Nicole.
Nicole, and I didn't catch your name.
Sue Colson.
Sue Colson.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm the director and they are my right hand.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
good.
So we met Sue before when we donated the cash that was donated during the community yard sale
And the
all
food.
of the canned goods that Deanna coordinated.
So we would like to show you how we do this setup. First of all, the Women's Club gives us a book case thing for the children's books and for adult books. So we offer books to people.
Okay.
So that's a nice little extra thing.
Okay.
And then this is our office where people come in and get their ticket to get their food.
Okay.
There's no cost to get this food. You just have to be a Levy County resident. And that's a requirement of USDA. We
Okay.
get our food from different sources.
Okay.
And we have to accept anybody from Levy County. And that's the one thing they have to be. Other than that, there is a income requirement for USDA.
Okay.
And we go by that for the whole place.
Okay. And this occurs every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday.
At what time?
From 2 to 4:30.
From 2 to 4:30 on
And then we
Wednesday.
just fall over dead. So it's time. So you come in here. This is the office where you come in and get your number.
Okay.
So as of these wagons are out there so people can get their groceries
Oh,
to
okay.
their cars.
That's nice
So
to
the
have.
person would come in and give their name and sign in. And these are our books. So that way we are sure it's just one person picking up for someone, and
For
there's
one
not,
household.
yes, one household.
Okay.
These are all the households that we serve.
Oh, wow. Now, can you tell me how long this establishment has been here and how
The
long you've
Cedar
been
Key Food Pantry is about 25 years old, but I have only had it as under my directorship for about 8 years, and this has been in this site for 4. We
Okay.
just celebrated our 4th anniversary here.
Okay.
So
And
this
so
is,
do you jump between the food pantry and I think we saw you at the Chamber of Commerce?
yes, and the city.
Area.
So this is, I can't show you names, but this is how many people are signed up.
Oh, wow.
And that's not, that's for, that is for,
Okay.
what do I wanna say, how I wanna say this, but
I'm gonna put in.
So
the
these are all the
family-
people that come every
the families are
Wednesday.
units.
Okay.
There could be 6 in a family or 1. So it's not indicative of how many people. This is last year's report, and I will be making a new report this month. But
Okay.
last year, this is how many people we took care of. It was 3,971.
Wow, so close to 4,000 people you helped.
Well, not helped.
Households.
Well, that means that they came multiple times. You know, it's only so many people, but they came every week. So that's how you build that number. But that's how much we provided.
That's
We
excellent.
provided last year 40,000 pounds of meat and 3,000 chickens and 3,000 gallons of milk, 4,000 dozen eggs,
Uh-huh.
and produce and so forth. And we get it from multiple places.
Okay.
A lot of it is donation money, and we purchase.
Okay.
And we purchase at 18 cents a pound from farms, Bread of the Mighty. And then we get free food from USDA. So I'll show you this. So they come in here. We also provide a lot of information to them regarding things that they may need. We know that there's other needs in food.
That's for sure.
They need help with housing, they need help with
Okay, I'm gonna.
bills, and they need help with medical. We're affiliated with the Lions Club to make sure they get glasses. I'm not able to get them all the answers, but we can try to help.
Sure.
That's all we do. So in here is an office space. This is where I run the show. And in here, every room has a restroom, so the people are provided restrooms.
Okay.
So we don't, so they get a ticket, and it's a number, it's a homemade number, and they take their number. And if they're a family, they have over 6, they get a special ticket so that we know to give more food. We have them line up, and it's kind of a social time, because we're all a family. We feel very much, we want people to be in the feeling that we're all there together. And we have about 80 volunteers, not at one time, but during the year.
Oh, wow.
So they come out of this door.
Okay.
If you're disabled, or you're pregnant, or you have a infant in your arms, you go to the head of the line. I'm not supposed to say that, but we do that, and we agree. We all agree, because we say, do you mind, this man has a walker, he's coming ahead. And they always are kind to each other. There's a income.
The income requirement.
Yes.
Okay.
And that, I wanna find the paper and I can give it to you.
Okay.
Let me give you a sample, I don't wanna give you my papers with writing. So, all our records have to be kept, it's really detailed, and here's one, I'll give it to you. So USDA requires me with monthly reporting. All our stuff is inspected, we were just inspected for health and compliance, and we passed, we had no deficiencies,
That's
none.
great. Congratulations.
So, say you're a household of 4,
Okay.
the income can be 39,000 a year, or, I gotta look at this because my eyes are bad. 4, I'll give it to you. So a family of 4 can make $756 a week and still be entitled to come. It's a supplement. You can have that.
Okay. I will hold
So
on
you
to
get
this.
this, and then if you come here, we have tents. These tables all go outside, the tents are up so they have shade. We try to provide as many amenities as possible. We decorate, we just took down our Christmas decorations,
Aw.
but we had it all decorated. It was
Oh,
really
I'm
nice.
sure it was beautiful.
So then they come out here, and they come down the walk. And this is our freezer room. This is what got destroyed. We had 3 foot of water and 3 inches of mud in every one of these rooms.
This was after Hurricane Idalia.
And we were open in a week
Wow.
because we knew what to do.
Yeah.
We lost everything though.
Wow.
So we had to start over. And it came through with donation. It was outcry, it was wonderful. So you come in, of course, we're never gonna put the floor, it's always gonna be concrete. As you can see, this all is the original board. It's made of sort of concrete composite. So all we had to do was,
It looks like wood.
we had to pressure clean it off.
Yeah.
Scrape out the mud, and every one of my machines was broken. Every one. I have pictures of them falling over in the mud, and we lost everything. So every one of these machines is brand new, and the children's table gave a large donation that occurred to pay for everything.
And the children's table
Is our partner. We're not connected
yeah.
with our 501(c), but he taught me everything I know about pantry.
And that's the
Mr. Bill.
organization located at our Bronze Center,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Okay.
And so they used to come here.
Mhm.
And then when we got going so well, they just assist us now. And it's just been a wonderful partnership. So we're not formally connected, but we're very, very supportive of each other.
That's great.
So this is, I call this, and I hope this isn't gonna be everywhere, we call this the coffin. This is the biggest chest freezer ever.
This
Isn't
is
it?
the biggest chest freezer
I love
I've
it.
ever seen.
I
Have
love
you
it.
seen anything bigger?
Well, watch.
big.
Isn't it just like a coffin? But it's just wonderful. These are prepackaged bags.
Of
And then
meat?
Yep, and fish, that has fish.
Meat and fish.
Yeah, and then this is another one that's ready to go.
Okay.
We're waiting for deliveries, so these are all empty. This is the chicken one, we're waiting for delivery.
Okay.
And as you can see, we're big into sanitation here.
Mm-hmm.
This is beef, ready to go. And then this is pork and lamb, keeping everything the way it's legally supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we're gonna be given. Don't show them tomorrow because we always surprise everybody. So this is the only freezer that lived. It's an antique, and we kept it. We're waiting, we figure it's gonna die, but it might not. And then all these are brand new and ready to go. So when our deliveries come, we're ready. And of course, another bathroom and first aid kits in every room, sanitized stuff everywhere, keeping it all the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So they come to the door here and they get a prepackaged thing of meat, and it's usually, we try to provide several meals of meat, because I'm a nurse, I'm an RN, and I believe in nutrition, and I want real meat and real vegetables as much as I can. But everybody gives you cans of green beans, which we love. We will take anything except ramen noodles. I will not accept ramen noodles
Okay.
because it's too high a sodium, and my people are usually with high blood pressure, and we just don't want that to happen. To just support bad habits, so I won't do that.
Okay.
But we do try to provide as many nutritious meals and give them recipes. That's what that lady was doing with one of my volunteers. She was providing a recipe for rice pudding, because we have red rice and we have raisins and we have milk.
Is that in a different room?
Yep, come on.
Okay.
So you came to the door. Now this is always set up here for tables with vegetables.
Okay.
Fresh produce,
So
but I
fresh
don't put
produce.
it out yet because, and so we gotta put this stuff in, and we haven't done that yet. And then this is the last room. This one they come and everybody can go in themselves. We want them to have the ability to pick what they want, not what we think they should have. So they come in here, it's the dry.
Is there a limit to what they can take?
Yes, oh yeah, we have to, because we have 100 families every
Yes.
week.
Yeah.
And so I can't, so this is waiting for supplies right now.
Okay.
So you'll see how we advertise what's USDA and what's how many cans they can have and what they can have. There's walnuts and almonds and pistachios and bagels and then the back room is storage, and you can see that there's no reason to go into another room. But this one, they come in and they walk around, and they have a basket that we give them to take home, but to use in here.
Okay.
It's their shopping cart. So they go around this table and come on out, and everybody gets a roll of toilet paper.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And
That's
we give-
important.
and we give feminine products.
Oh, that's great. So today we didn't bring any canned foods, but
We won't say what that is.
your right hand woman reached out to us and said you guys were in need of socks and jackets. So that's what we brought primarily.
Oh, here's our.
So where do you store that? Am I okay parked right here? Am I okay parked?
Yes.
I grabbed the other cart. All right, so while I think timing was great because then the food got delivered and then we're here to donate the socks and jackets. So we're gonna unload it and then we're gonna hit the road because we have another appointment to go to. Want to do a special thank you to everyone that donated for the Cedar Key Food Pantry. Anyone that donated the socks and the jackets and the fleece jackets. We appreciate you guys so much. Was it more than you expected?
Oh my God, that's over the top.
Everything on that table is what our fans have donated. So we can't take full credit for it, but you can thank everyone at home.
I can't thank you enough. And the
that
weather
donated.
is absolutely perfect for this.
Yes. Today,
Everybody's freezing, so a lot of people don't have central air and heat, and they're in situations that are very cold. And the socks and jackets are just, and they work on the water too.
Yeah.
So it's just marvelous, wonderful. I just thank you so much. I don't know why this place is so blessed, but it is.
yeah.
It's very
I know
blessed.
you don't have much storage, and hopefully this doesn't
No, I have
overtake your storage.
No, I have a lot will go tomorrow. A lot.
Yeah.
And I have a trailer in the back that we just purchased, a new utility trailer, so that we can evacuate again
Oh, okay.
if we ever need to. But
If
we
you-
also
yeah.
use it for extra storage.
Okay, perfect.
Can I hug you, or you're
Yes,
not allowed to hug?
absolutely.
You're not allowed to hug. Thank you so much.
Thank you for what
Hugs
you
to
do.
everybody.